shot from down there.
Right where I'm getting to the front.
Hello everyone. I've been on countless wild boar hunting trips, but this encounter is truly an unforgettable challenge deep in the dense forest. The tracks of a massive wild boar appeared, weighing over 300 kilograms, strong and extremely aggressive. One accurate shot could turn me from a hunter into prey. How will this intense showdown unfold? Leave a comment number 1 and stay tuned to witness this thrilling hunt. Wild boars pose a major threat to agriculture and ecosystems, rapidly reproducing in favorable natural conditions and causing severe damage to crops, especially those weighing between 300 to 400 albs with sharp, dangerous tusks. Therefore, hunting wild boars not only protects agricultural land but also presents an exciting challenge for hunters like us. As soon as we received the report of a massive wild boar's appearance, we immediately set off. Our hearts were pounding, filled with both excitement and tension. This was no ordinary prey. It was powerful, cunning, and could strike back at any moment. One single mistake could turn us into the prey. Our team quickly gathered to devise a meticulous plan for the hunt. The dense green forest swayed gently in the wind, concealing mysterious movements within. We heightened our focus, carefully scanning the area, leaving no sign overlooked. Suddenly, our hunting dogs grew restless, barking loudly and charging in one direction. They had caught the scent of the prey. Without hesitation, we followed right behind, every sense on high alert.
Biri düştü. Bir saniye. Bir açığa çıksın da. Çıktı.
Then the silhouette of the wild beast emerged. Without hesitation, I raised my rifle, took aim and fired. The shot rang out and the first prey fell. The first victory sparked an intense wave of excitement within the team. We pressed on, working in perfect sync, taking down each wild boar with precise and decisive shots. It was a hunt full of drama, adrenaline, and above all, the thrill of conquering these fierce creatures. On the other side of the mountain peak, a herd of wild boars moved slowly, completely unaware that death was drawing near. Then the decisive moment arrived. A gunshot echoed, ending the life of the first boar. The rest of the herd panicked, but their fate had already been sealed. Moving silently deeper into the forest along a narrow path, we'd unexpectedly encountered an uninvited guest. A sharp gunshot shattered the silence, and the wild boar fell amidst the underbrush, bathed in the fiery glow of the setting sun. The last rays of sunlight pierced through the thick clouds, reflecting off the muddy ground as we moved forward, guns ready. The tension in the air was palpable, with the only sound being the rustling of dry leaves beneath our feet. Somewhere in the distance, the prey was hiding in the thick brush. The barking of the dogs grew louder, signaling the alarm. It was time. Suddenly, nearly 10 wild boars charged out at once, a truly dramatic moment. After a night of rest, we continued our journey to another mountain area. The silence was almost eerie, broken only by the howling wind and the sound of bullets being loaded into our rifles. A tense battle was about to unfold, where skill and patience would decide everything. To increase our chances of success, we split into teams, each taking a different position. Now, all that was left was to wait for the target to appear. The dog's barking grew louder, signaling that the moment had come. The first shot missed. I took a deep breath, adjusted my aim, and steadied myself. This time, the massive beast fell, struggling in its final moments. Gunshots rang out one after another in the forest, marking the fall of 3 more targets. But the battle was far from over. The hunt was still long. Not far from here, on another mountain, we found another herd of wild boars. After a thorough survey, we took action. In the end, the hunt concluded, with the wild boars falling one by one after a tense chase. This was not just a dramatic challenge, but a necessary action to protect crops from the destruction caused by these animals. Share your thoughts about this video in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to follow more exciting wild boar hunts. The roar of the engine shattered the stillness of the vast land as the helicopter flew over the field below. The wild boars ran for their lives, their dark bodies trying to hide in the thick bushes. I held my breath, my finger tightening on the trigger, knowing that in just a few seconds, a massive boar would become the first target of this hunt. Do you support wild boar hunting by helicopter? If you do, leave a comment with the number 2. Welcome to the wild boar hunting by helicopter. Don't be mistaken, wild boars are not just helpless animals. In many parts of the world, especially in the US and Australia, they have become a serious threat to agriculture and ecosystems. As a result, the government has authorized wild boar hunting by helicopter to control their rapidly increasing numbers. But does this method really work? This video will provide the answer. From the sky, the chaotic scene is clear as the sound of the helicopter engine roars, and the entire herd of wild boars immediately panics, desperately searching for a way to escape. They charge wildly into the nearby dry forest, trying to use the complex terrain to hide. The pilot quickly lowers the altitude, flying the helicopter right above the herd of boars. The strong wind from the helicopter's propellers stirred up dust, shaking the air. I held my breath, focusing on the target. The first target was the largest wild boar in the herd. I squeezed the trigger, and a loud bang rang out as the bullet hit the animal's shoulder, causing it to stagger and collapse onto the dry ground. The remaining boars became even more panicked. I tried to aim at another boar in the chaotic crowd, but in just a split second, the entire herd disappeared behind the thick vegetation. I couldn't let them get too far. I signaled the pilot to continue the chase. The helicopter changed direction, flying in circles over the forest, ready for the next thrilling pursuit. As we flew along the forest, we suddenly spotted another herd of wild boars hiding beneath the thick canopy. Without hesitation, I raised my rifle and aimed straight at the target. A loud bang echoed, but the bullet missed. The male boar let out a frantic roar and darted swiftly through the bushes.
Hold your fire, hold your fire.
Wild boars are already agile, and now they became even harder to catch as they were triggered by the gunshots. With the helicopter constantly moving, accurate targeting became a real challenge, requiring excellent gun control and sniper experience. Meanwhile, the remaining boars had scattered in different directions. I quickly memorized their paths, assigned formations, and began a new pursuit. This time, the goal was to completely eliminate the threat, ensuring the area around the farm was free of any wild boars.
Hold fire. Alright.
The helicopter slowly descended as we entered the thick grass area where the remaining wild boars were hiding. We glided closely beneath the tree canopy, eyes focused on every bush. As expected, the sound of the helicopter's engine became too much for the boars to bear, causing them to panic and burst out of their hiding spots, scattering across the open space in a desperate attempt to escape. At that moment, I opened fire, each shot ringing out decisively, without hesitation, each one accurate, taking down the boars as they were still trying to escape. In just 3 minutes, 5 wild boars had fallen to the ground, ending their hopeless flight. We were preparing to conclude the hunt after a long day of pursuit, but at that moment, an unexpected sight appeared before us. A massive herd of wild boars gathered in the open space. Seeing this as a great opportunity, the pilot immediately lowered the altitude, keeping the helicopter stable. I quickly took my position, and a precise shot rang out, the bullet hitting its weak point, causing it to fall instantly. The remaining wild boars panicked, trying to find a way to escape, but the open terrain made their efforts futile. With no trees or bushes to hide in, they were completely exposed under our sights. Taking advantage of the situation, my teammates and I kept firing, each wild boar being taken down. In just 10 minutes, the entire herd was wiped out, marking the end of the decisive hunt. By the end of the trip, the number of wild boars eliminated exceeded expectations, helping the farm avoid a serious destructive season. Did this hunt surprise you? Leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to see more thrilling hunts. Hello everyone, why is lion hunting legal in South Africa? And what makes hunters willing to spend up to $50,000 on this hunt? Is it for adventure, conservation, or something more? As hunters step into the wild, they face challenges that go beyond the thrill of the chase. What makes this experience so captivating? Are you ready to join us? If you are, leave a comment with the number 1 to begin the journey. Did you know that over 28 countries protect lions, viewing them not only as predators but also as an important symbol of strength and wildness? Conservation efforts, costing up to $100 million per year, aim to protect these majestic creatures for future generations and boost tourism. In Tanzania, lion hunting is strictly prohibited to promote ecotourism. However, in South Africa, hunters are willing to pay up to $50,000 for a legal lion hunt. What happens when this controversial activity clashes with global conservation goals? It all started in the late 1980s when South Africa faced a catastrophic decline in its lion population. Habitat loss and rapid poaching quickly pushed lions to the brink of extinction. In a desperate move, conservationists made the controversial decision in 1996 to legalize trophy hunting. These hunts funded conservation efforts. What began as a gamble exploded into a large-scale organized industry. The excitement reached its peak when the first 150 permits were issued, and hunters flocked from all over the world to hunt in the vast reserves of Limo and Panga. Each hunter had to secure a professional hunting license, with only 10% passing the rigorous exam testing their knowledge of South Africa's wildlife. The stakes were high, and the government closely monitored every move, knowing that a single mistake could spark global outrage. The use of firearms is strictly controlled, with only large caliber rifles like the 375 HE Magnum allowed to ensure a quick and humane kill of the lions. A team of 4, consisting of a hunter, a guide, and 2 trackers, ventures deep into the forest. The hunters typically keep their rifles on tripods to stabilize them, aiming for more precise shots.
I don't know.
Once again, tension fills the air, as a small mistake could turn the hunter from predator to prey in just a few seconds. Trophy hunting in South Africa officially became legal in 1996. By 2018, the industry was generating over $200 million in annual revenue, supporting conservation efforts. However, strict limits are in place, with only 300 lions allowed to be hunted each year. Although these hunts help generate funds for conservation areas and combat poaching, hunters who violate any laws, such as hunting more lions than allowed, will face heavy fines of up to $10,000 and the suspension of their hunting licenses.
Again, if you can. Wait for him to get up. If you get up, you can.
It's done.
Good shot.
Thank you.
Really good.
Well done. Thanks.
In 2015, trophy hunting in South Africa reached its peak with one of the largest lions ever hunted, weighing up to 600 olives. The value for hunters is not just the thrill, but also the prestige and recognition. With hunting fees sometimes exceeding $50,000, the reward is not just the trophy but also the acknowledgement, helping hunters secure a place among the elite. Do you agree with the methods of South African hunters? If so, leave a comment with the number 2. If not, leave a comment with the number 5.
Shoot again. Alright, reload, reload, I got you. Okay, take another shot. Good, reload.
To hunt lions in South Africa, hunters must meet strict physical requirements to ensure their eyesight and overall health are up to the challenge. They must be at least 2 meters tall and demonstrate endurance through a required physical fitness test. The permitted shooting distance ranges from 50 to 100 yards, depending on the terrain and conditions, to ensure an accurate and humane shot.
If you're ready, Stefan, you can take him. Alright, shot. You got you.
In the open terrain of South Africa, where there is little cover from trees, hunters must move very carefully to avoid being detected by the lions. Slow, deliberate steps, using the wind to control scent, are key. Understanding lion behavior can increase the hunt's success rate by up to 30%. Experienced hunters with knowledge of tracking and stalking navigate the dangers more safely, knowing when to advance and when to retreat. Hunters are required to regularly update their hunting information on the official page of South Africa's Department of Environmental Affairs or the designated hunting organization managing the area, such as the Professional Hunters Association of South Africa, PHASA. Keeping this information up to date helps ensure compliance with regulations, allows for accurate tracking of hunting activities, and supports conservation efforts by providing accurate data. Lion hunting activities in South Africa have been updated through this video. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below the video so we can respond immediately. If you want to know about any animal, leave a comment, and don't forget to like the video to stay updated with us. Thank you, and please watch the next video.
Hello everyone. Can you imagine a peaceful life suddenly disrupted by baboons appearing everywhere? This is happening in many cities across the state of Mississippi. According to the Mississippi Environmental Protection Agency, these baboons cause up to $15 million in damage each year. What do you think is the most suitable solution? Based on data from the Animal Health Department over the past 4 years, there have been more than 1,000 recorded attacks by baboons in Florida. These attacks have injured at least 100 people, some of whom had to be hospitalized. Baboons throw objects at tourists and are ready to attack to compete for food, causing chaos on the streets.
Just walk away.
Recently, their intrusion into residential areas has become a serious problem. The main cause is the decline of their natural habitat due to deforestation and human encroachment into forest areas, forcing them to search for new food sources and living spaces. To address this situation, since 2020, the Mississippi state government has introduced a controversial solution: controlled hunting. However, not everyone can participate. Hunters must be 18 years or older, have a valid city hunting license, and possess a firearms certification. This activity is only permitted in designated suburban and rural areas.
Finally.
Low recoil rifles are the preferred weapon, and hunting young or pregnant baboons is strictly prohibited. Baboons are highly intelligent animals, usually living in small groups of 2 to 5 individuals. To hunt them successfully, hunters need camouflage skills, patience, and keen observation abilities. They must hide in their natural environment, remain completely silent, and wait for the right moment. Hunting requires intense concentration and a high level of professional experience. Beginners need thorough training to improve their skills and understand the behavior of the animals before participating in actual hunting activities. The hunting program achieved significant results in 2023. Official figures show that around 9,500 baboons were eliminated. While impressive, experts believe that this number is still not enough to fully control the primate population. However, this effort has had a positive impact. The Mississippi Centers for Disease Control and Prevention estimates that the hunting program contributed to a 20% reduction in the baboon population from 2021 to 2023. Hunters here reported that they faced many challenges due to harsh weather and steep terrain. Temperatures can reach up to 95 degrees Fahrenheit, around 35 degrees Celsius. Hunters built camouflage tents from simple materials and used fruit baits like ripe oranges, bananas, and apples. Professional hunting weapons and long-range binoculars helped them observe and shoot accurately from a safe distance. After many hours of patient waiting, they successfully took down 5 baboons. The hunters used dark camouflage outfits to secretly approach their prey. They closed in on their targets at a distance of 50 to 100 feet, about 15 to 30 meters. At this range, the hunters could aim and shoot accurately while remaining safe and difficult to detect. The weapons are provided by the Hunting Management Agency, and after the hunting season is completed, hunters must return the guns to the authorities to prevent them from being used for other purposes. The hunting season begins in September and lasts until January of the following year, and it is strictly regulated to help control and maintain the balance of the natural ecosystem. Each hunter must register and obtain a hunting license before participating, and this license requires reporting the number of baboons hunted. The government organizes community education activities on hunting and how to handle situations when attacked by baboons. Each year, the state of Mississippi offers these courses twice, in early spring and early fall. These times are chosen to ensure that people have enough time to prepare and equip themselves with the necessary knowledge before the hunting season begins. These courses typically include both theoretical and practical sessions. Hunting baboons harshly is certainly not without controversy, especially from animal protection organizations. This raises the question of why the state of Mississippi doesn't use more humane measures. However, when faced with reality, humane measures such as birth control, relocation, or hunting bans encounter many challenges in preventing attacks and controlling the increasing baboon population. These measures are often costly, require significant resources, and take a long time to see results. Meanwhile, controlled hunting, if done properly, can help maintain ecological balance and ensure community safety. Which method do you support? Please comment below the description. Hit the like button if you support hunting activities, and comment with the number 1 if you think hunting methods are necessary right now in the state of Mississippi. Thank you, and we invite you to continue exploring our journey in dealing with invasive species in our next episodes. Have you ever imagined ferocious elephants rampaging through a new neighborhood? Join me as we explore how skilled farmers are facing this challenging situation and protecting their daily lives. If you're ready for an exciting journey into the world of these incredible creatures, leave a comment with the number 1 and share your thoughts in the comment section below. They typically weigh between 8,960 and 13,440 pounds and are adaptable to various habitats, including forests, savannas, and water bodies. These magnificent mammals are commonly found across Southeast Asia, with thriving populations in countries such as India and Sri Lanka. Their remarkable ability to thrive in diverse environments highlights their strength and adaptability, making them one of the most fascinating animals on the planet. Notably, the gestation period for elephants lasts up to 22 months, making it one of the longest among mammals. After giving birth, the female elephant plays a crucial role in caring for and protecting her calf. This maternal investment lasts for several years, during which the mother ensures her calf is well nourished and safeguarded from various dangers. With an omnivorous diet that includes a variety of fruits and vegetables, elephants exhibit a strong nature and possess large, imposing bodies, which often lead to aggressive behaviors. Their size and strength make them formidable, and their aggressive tendencies can pose significant challenges to both wildlife communities and humans. Elephants have become a significant threat as they increasingly venture onto roads, engaging in fights that cause severe traffic jams and chaos. Their boldness doesn't stop there. These powerful animals are also known to attack vehicles, causing substantial property damage and posing serious threats to human safety. The situation has become even more severe as elephants grow bolder, directly attacking homes and endangering the lives of residents, leaving communities in a state of fear and panic. The relentless elephant attacks have pushed the community to its breaking point, forcing them to call upon top hunters to address this escalating threat. These skilled hunters, equipped with sophisticated hunting techniques and unparalleled precision, have been called upon to restore safety and order. With their expertise, they have taken on the daunting task of managing these powerful elephants, with the goal of protecting the lives and property of the affected residents. Shooting elephants is a challenging and dangerous task that requires exceptional skill, patience, and courage. Professional hunters are typically equipped with modern weapons and must undergo rigorous training to ensure they can handle difficult situations when confronting these massive and aggressive animals. When hunting, the hunters must approach cautiously, maintaining a safe distance and aiming precisely to take down the target quickly and effectively. This careful approach is essential to minimize risk to themselves and others nearby. However, this activity is highly controversial, as elephants are culturally and ecologically significant animals. Hunting them not only harms the ecosystem, but also provokes strong opposition from animal protection organizations and the international community. How do you think these skilled hunters have dealt with these powerful elephants? Please leave your comments in the section below.
Welcome back to Texas, where tourism is a major source of income. However, the state is currently facing the world's largest invasive species. Did you know this species causes an estimated $1 to $1.5 billion in damage every year, making many tourists concerned about visiting? So how are hunters dealing with this invasive threat? If you want to know the answer, leave a comment with the number 1 to follow the video. With their aggressive nature and rapid reproduction, wild boars have turned many nature parks in Texas into battlegrounds. Tourist farms, popular destinations for visitors, are now flooded with uprooted trees and churned up land. A farm owner in Hill Country mentioned they spend thousands of dollars every month on repairs, but the wild boars keep coming back. Campsites, a major attraction in Texas, are also not spared. Tourists have reported encounters with wild boars, leading many to cancel their vacations. According to data from the Texas Tourism Association, nature tourism revenue dropped nearly 15% last year, largely due to the impact of wild boars. The first step in dealing with wild boars is to identify their active areas. In Texas, over 2 million wild boars are causing significant damage to agriculture. You need to look for signs like footprints to pinpoint where they appear. Specifically, using surveillance cameras to record the time and frequency of their appearances at night will help you plan more accurately. Observing for 3 to 5 days will provide a better understanding of this invasive species' habits and allow you to prepare a more effective trapping strategy. Once you understand the habits of this species, the next step is to choose a cage trap that can catch multiple animals at once. The trap needs to be large, at least 6 feet, with a self-closing door and securely anchored to prevent tipping over. A small mistake can cost you the chance to catch the entire group. Make sure everything is well prepared, as each wild hog can cause thousands of dollars in damage and potentially injure farmers. To lure wild pigs into the trap, you need to use bait with a strong smell, such as corn, potatoes, or food scraps. Scatter the bait from outside the trap leading into it, concentrating the most bait near the trigger area of the trap door. For the first 2 to 3 days, it's best to leave the bait without activating the trap, so the pigs become comfortable and lower their guard. Once they're used to the setup, you can engage the automatic trapdoor mechanism. Checking the trap regularly in the morning helps you stay on top of the situation and ensures you don't miss the chance to catch them. The advantage of trapping wild hogs during the day in Texas is that the success rate can reach up to 60%, since they often forage at this time. However, wild hogs are very cautious during daylight hours and tend to hide in dense cover. Because of this, hunters need to thoroughly check the trap mechanism to avoid any mistakes. If given the choice, would you prefer to trap or hunt wild hogs? Nighttime trapping is subject to stricter regulations than daytime trapping. According to the Texas Department of Natural Resources, using automated traps and nighttime monitoring equipment, such as infrared cameras and motion sensors, requires a special permit and must comply with strict regulations. This is necessary to prevent intrusion into protected areas. Statistics show that over 250,000 wild hogs are hunted each year in Texas, with nighttime trapping playing a significant role. Illegal trapping can result in fines of up to $10,000 or the revocation of a hunting license. What do you think about these regulations? If you agree, comment with the number 1. Ultimately, collecting wild hogs after trapping is a crucial responsibility to prevent environmental contamination or potential hazards. Additionally, fencing remains an effective addition to hunting strategies in Texas, helping to keep hogs from returning and protecting agricultural areas. These methods must be carried out properly and in compliance with regulations to ensure the safety of the ecosystem. Is this combination the right approach? Let Texans know what you think. With effective hunting methods and invasive species control strategies, can we truly maintain a balance between protecting agriculture and preserving the ecosystem in Texas? Share your thoughts and subscribe to the channel to stay updated on more strategies and solutions for this issue. Welcome to the wild islands of Indonesia, where nature remains untouched. The Komodo dragon, with a population ranging from 3,500 to 5,200 individuals, is found primarily on the islands of Komodo, Rinca, Flores, and nearby areas. As apex predators, they have a bite force of up to 550 pounds per square inch, capable of inflicting serious injuries. They carry venom, a deadly weapon that gives their prey little to no chance of escape. Experiments have shown that meat affected by their venom decomposes several times faster than normal. Are you ready to join the adventure and explore the world of Komodo dragons? If you're ready, drop a 1 in the comments. To balance conservation and human safety, The Indonesian government issues between 60 to 120 Komodo dragon hunting permits each year. These permits, priced between $1,200 and $2,500, can be obtained through regional forestry offices or online platforms. This system ensures transparency and that Komodo dragon hunting is tightly regulated based on population assessments. Hunting Komodo dragons requires high-powered rifles with calibers ranging from .223 to .300, paired with optical scopes that offer magnification from 4x to 10x to ensure accuracy. Hunters must wear protective gear, including reinforced boots and gloves, to prevent injuries while navigating the rugged terrain. The hunting season runs from April to October, coinciding with the dry season when the Komodo dragons are most active. Maintain a safe distance of 100 to 150 feet to avoid a surprise attack. A quick, clean shot is considered humane for the animal. Hunting in groups of 3 to 5 people increases vigilance. Roles within the group include trackers and scouts who locate and follow the dragons. Some people are curious about traditional methods of hunting Komodo dragons by hand, which help minimize environmental damage. However, hunters must commit to using specialized techniques and tools correctly. This method is not recommended in certain areas of Indonesia because Komodo dragons attack very quickly. After a successful hunt, hunters must submit a detailed report to the Indonesian Ministry of Environment and Forestry within 48 hours to prove that the hunt was conducted legally in the designated area. Leave a 0 in the comments if your area does not have such regulations. If you're interested in reptiles, beyond the Komodo dragon, the saltwater crocodile in Florida also poses a significant threat to both human safety and ecological balance. These apex predators can grow up to 18 feet long and have a bite force exceeding 3,500 pounds. During the heavy rainy season, crocodiles are pushed into residential areas and recreational zones, increasing the likelihood of encounters with humans. Statistics show that over 100 crocodile-related incidents have been reported in Florida, with about 20 to 25 cases resulting in serious attacks. However, all incidents have been promptly managed and victims taken to the hospital. To address this threat, the Florida government implements targeted alligator hunting and relocation programs under the guidance of the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, FWC. The firearms used to control the population must meet state safety standards, and hunters are trained to target alligators in critical areas for quick and humane resolution. Before hunting alligators, it's important to carefully review the permit requirements to avoid any mistakes. Share your thoughts on the alligator hunting and relocation program in Florida. Leave a 2 in the comments to discuss how to ensure safety and ecological balance. After the challenges of hunting dangerous reptiles like the Komodo dragon and crocodiles, attention turns to another threat in Texas: wild hogs. With 2 million wild hogs across the state, they not only destroy agriculture, but also erode natural habitats. Wild hogs cause crop damage up to $1.2 billion each year, putting farmers and local communities at risk. Their nighttime raids on farmlands and ranches not only lead to economic losses, but also raise ecological concerns. Nighttime hunting has become the most effective solution for managing this invasive species, with 250,000 wild hogs being taken down each year in Texas, 100,000 of which are hunted at night. Professional hunting teams, equipped with thermal scopes and high-intensity lights, work tirelessly to control the growing wild hog population. The sound of gunshots echoes through the night, growing more intense. However, nighttime hunting for wild hogs is only permitted for about 90 to 120 days each year, depending on the area and the hunting season, according to Texas law. The effectiveness of this campaign highlights the importance of coordinated efforts in wildlife management. Public awareness and the efforts of hunters have helped improve strategies to maintain and enhance safety, as well as the balance of the natural environment. Share your thoughts in the comments and continue exploring the next invasive species with us. See you in the next videos. These approaches have been highly effective in preventing the spread of certain invasive species. Do you have any ideas for even better solutions? Share your thoughts in the comments so we can discuss them together. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And remember to tell your friends about the channel so they can watch too. Goodbye, and see you in the next video. Not only wild boars, but also elephants, the giant animals, are invading highways, marking the boundary between forests and residents' banana plantations. 4 elephants lead the way, followed by a massive herd charging into the banana fields, creating chaos as hundreds of elephants jostle for food. Leave comment number 1 to join in protecting the habitat of wildlife and preventing conflicts with humans. Due to the ongoing expansion of urban areas, elephants' natural habitats have been steadily shrinking, leaving them with limited access to natural food sources. As a result, they are increasingly forced to raid human farmlands in order to survive. According to a report by Australia's Ministry of Environment and Forests, over the past 5 years, these elephants have destroyed more than 24.7 acres of banana plantations across the country, with total estimated losses reaching hundreds of millions of dollars. This scene is heart-wrenching for the farmers, who can only watch helplessly as their primary assets are destroyed, trampled, and left in ruins. What's left behind is a landscape of devastation, along with the farmer's deep sense of helplessness and fear. To address the serious damage caused by the elephant population, Americans have adopted the use of electric fencing. These fences are powered by solar energy, feature a flexible design, and meet ES safety standards. The installation process typically takes about a week. Farmers use hammers to drive stakes into the ground, install electrical wires, and set up solar power generators. The wires are stretched tightly between the poles, ensuring the fence is high enough to block the elephants. The fence stands approximately 15 feet tall and runs along the border of the farmland. Solar generators supply continuous electricity to the fence, ensuring it remains effective in deterring elephants at all times. In addition to the physical barrier, the electric current flowing through the fence causes discomfort and pain when elephants come into contact with it, teaching them to avoid the area. To ensure ongoing effectiveness, the Australian government conducts monthly quality checks to maintain and monitor the performance of the fence system. However, with their numbers continuing to rise, the government is being forced to adopt more extreme measures to control these giant animals. As part of the plan, over 200 licensed hunters will be authorized to use firearms for elephant population control. To avoid causing disturbances for the residents, the government requires hunting to be conducted far from residential areas, with the preferred location being the wilderness.
Okay, come back up there, Julia. Come.
To do this, hunters must undergo training courses on how to use weapons and response skills in a professional environment. Heavy rifles are licensed for use against elephants in Australia through strict regulations.
Good shot, he's down. Come on, let's move up.
Hunters need to register and obtain permission to use guns from the authorities and must demonstrate the ability to use guns safely for at least 6 months to meet the standards. To hunt effectively, hunters need to comply with gun safety rules, have situational assessment skills, and especially know how to identify targets to avoid accidentally shooting unrelated animals. Hunting with heavy rifles is often closely supervised and only carried out with the coordination of local authorities to ensure safety and minimize the impact on the environment and community. During elephant hunting season in Australia, especially during the peak months of March and April each year, efforts are primarily focused on reducing the elephant population to protect farmlands and ensure the safety of local communities. Have you ever hunted an elephant? If so, leave a comment with the number 2. During the hunting season, Hunters have reduced the invasive population from about 3,000 to 500. This demonstrates the effectiveness of hunting in controlling and maintaining a stable elephant population.
Good shot. Good shot. Second shot.
These hunters face elephants weighing approximately $12,000 lb, requiring absolute precision and high skill to shoot down an elephant instantly. Hunters must aim at the brain, an important location situated at the front of the skull, right above the base of the trunk. With the thick skull and complex structure, only experienced hunters can execute this shot perfectly. Thank you for watching today's video. What do you think about elephant hunting to control numbers and protect crops? If you agree with this activity, please comment number 1 below. We look forward to receiving your comments to further discuss this topic. Don't forget to press the like button, share, and subscribe to our channel to support us. Click on the next video to discover more interesting stories.
Hello everyone! America is facing major challenges due to the increase in mountain lion populations, especially in California. Recent reports from the California Department of Fish and Wildlife estimate that there are between 4,000 and 6,000 panthers in the state. But what are the specific challenges posed by these mountain lions, and how is the government addressing them? Follow along as we explore these questions, and be sure to subscribe for the latest updates. Large wildfires, California, are a major factor in forcing mountain lions out of their habitat. These fires destroy large areas of their natural habitat, forcing them to seek new territory for food and shelter. This displacement has led to an alarming increase in mountain lion attacks on livestock and other animals. According to the California Department of Fish and Wildlife, there are hundreds of mountain lion attacks on livestock each year, resulting in estimated losses in the millions of dollars. One particularly egregious incident occurred on a northern California ranch, where more than 20 cattle were killed by mountain lions in a single night, resulting in medical costs exceeding $10,000. This does not take into account the additional costs of the additional safeguards the ranch had to implement to prevent further damage. Hunting mountain lions with a firearm is a traditional method that requires a high level of skill, patience, and meticulous preparation. Begin by understanding mountain lion behavior, especially their tracks. Identifying footprints and tree scratches is essential. Mountain lion tracks are distinctive, with large, round, cat-like footprints. These tracks guide hunters through the terrain, helping them approach their prey. The prime season for mountain lion hunting is typically during the winter months, when snow cover makes it easier to observe and track cougar tracks, aiding both the hound and the hunter. The use of trained dogs with GPS collars in mountain lion hunting offers several important benefits, especially when hunting in diverse terrain and environments. This method typically takes place in diverse terrain and environments where mountain lions live, including forests, hillsides, and river valleys. Once prey is spotted, the hunter ensures the cougar is pushed into a tree or cornered by the dogs. The hunter then checks the area for a safe shooting area, ensuring there are no obstacles or hazards. The hunter moves slowly and quietly toward the mountain lion, ideally downwind to avoid startling the animal. Equipment choice plays a major role in hunting success. About 45% of hunters prefer to use rifles such as the .243 Winchester or Springfield M1903 due to their high accuracy and effective stopping power, allowing them to make more humane shots. When spotting a mountain lion, it is important to remain calm and focused. The ideal shooting angle is from the front or side, with the hunter aiming for the heart or lungs. Accuracy is critical and can only be achieved through rigorous training. The hunter's ability to hit vital areas from multiple distances can make the difference between a successful hunt and a dangerous encounter. Namibia has a large giraffe population, estimated at between 12,000 and 15,000 in the country. These majestic creatures are commonly found in the northern regions, especially in Elsa National Park, as well as in community reserves and private game reserves. Despite their iconic status, giraffes are still occasionally hunted in Namibia. An average of 100 to 150 giraffes are legally hunted each year under strict regulations aimed at wildlife management and conservation. So what prompted the start of giraffe hunting in Namibia? Find out, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for the latest updates. To effectively address the challenges posed by giraffes in Namibia, there's a strict management system for hunting these animals. Approximately 300 to 400 hunters are registered each year to hunt giraffes in Namibia, with this number varying depending on specific conservation and population control needs. These hunters typically use large caliber rifles, such as .375 HH or larger, which are favored for their ability to provide a quick and humane death due to the giraffe's large size and thick hide. In addition to rifles, some hunters choose to use bows, specifically draw bows with a draw force of at least 70 pounds, which are designed to penetrate the giraffe's thick hide and reach vital organs. The choice between rifles and bows reflects personal preference and factors related to each hunter's skill and hunting philosophy. The giraffe hunting season in Namibia typically runs from May to September, coinciding with the dry season when giraffes congregate around water sources, making them easier to track and hunt. Hunters typically travel in small groups of 2 to 4, often accompanied by a professional hunting guide who is familiar with the terrain and giraffe behavior. Group cohesion not only increases safety, but also ensures ethical hunting practices are followed. To legally hunt giraffes in Namibia, hunters must obtain the necessary permits and certifications. These include a general hunting permit, a special giraffe hunting permit, and in some cases, an export permit if the hunter intends to export any part of the animal out of the country. The legal age for hunting giraffes is usually set at 18 years of age, ensuring that hunters are considered adults and capable of understanding the responsibilities and risks involved in hunting large animals. When a hunter in Namibia spots a giraffe, the first step is to carefully observe the animal, assessing its size, age, and condition to determine whether it fits the legal and ethical criteria for a hunt. Typically, giraffes that are between 10 and 18 feet tall and weigh between 1,600 and 3,000 pounds are considered suitable for hunting, with an emphasis on targeting older males that are past their breeding years. Once the hunt is over, hunters must submit a detailed report to the South African Department of Forestry, Fisheries, and Environment. This data also helps inform informed decisions about future hunting quotas and the overall management of South Africa's giraffe population. What do you think of this approach? We'd love to hear from you, so please share your views in the comments below.
Hello everyone! Today, we're taking a tour of poultry farms across the United States to see how millions of poultry are raised on the vast grasslands. Chickens are by far the most common poultry raised in the US, but farms raising ducks, turkeys, and quails are also widespread, especially in states with large farming areas like California, Iowa, Nebraska, Texas, and Minnesota. According to USDA statistics, by the end of 2021, there were approximately 813 million poultry in the United States. Chickens made up the largest portion, accounting for about 64% of the total poultry population, followed by turkeys at 26% and ducks, which represent only 0.04% of all poultry raised in the country. Today, most poultry in the US is raised on industrial farms, with only 7% being raised free-range on grasslands. This is a duck farm in Tipton County, Indiana, home to over 200 ducks. The ducks on this farm are raised primarily for egg harvesting. Every day, hundreds of ducks are herded out to the more than 5-acre grassland next to the farm, where they can freely forage for food and small insects, allowing them to live in a more natural environment while contributing to the farm's production. According to USDA statistics, by the end of 2021, there were about 813 million poultry in the United States. Chickens made up the largest group, representing roughly 64% of the total poultry population, followed by turkeys at 26%, with ducks making up a mere 0.04%. The majority of poultry in the US is raised on industrial farms, with only 7% being raised free-range on grasslands. In addition to foraging for food on the grassland, workers at this farm supplement the ducks' diet with feed pellets and grains to boost their egg-laying capacity. With a well-rounded diet, free-range ducks can lay around 280 to 300 eggs per year. In contrast, commercially raised ducks on industrial farms can lay up to 350 eggs annually, thanks to a more controlled and intensified feeding regimen. Since there are no ponds or small pools around the farm, water basins are provided for the ducks to bathe in. Bathing and cleaning the ducks each afternoon is essential for helping them relax and boosting egg production. Every morning, after the ducks are herded out to the grassland, the farm workers collect the eggs, with around 200 eggs being harvested daily. This routine ensures both the ducks' well-being and a consistent egg supply for the farm. After visiting the duck farm in Indiana, we'll head to a turkey farm in Minnesota to see how hundreds of turkeys are raised there. After inspection, the turkeys that meet the farm standards will leave to start a new life. Interestingly, newly hatched turkeys are not much different from chicks, except for being slightly larger and their care follows a similar process. Both species require attentive nurturing to ensure their growth and health, making the early stages of life on the farm crucial for their development. These are 3-week-old turkeys, and hundreds of turkeys here will be raised in barns for 2 months before they are allowed to forage freely on the grasslands. Currently, there are around 2,500 active turkey farms in the United States, with Minnesota leading the country in turkey production, housing approximately 667 farms. This large concentration of turkey farms in Minnesota plays a significant role in meeting the nation's demand for poultry, particularly around Thanksgiving. After reaching about 2 months of age, hundreds of turkeys at this farm will be released outside to freely forage for insects. According to USDA statistics from early 2022, there are approximately 224 million turkeys nationwide, with about 44 million raised in Minnesota alone. Currently, only 7% of turkeys in the United States are raised free range, with most being raised on industrial farms that prioritize production efficiency. Free-range turkeys, however, benefit from a more natural diet and environment, contributing to their overall health and well-being. This is another turkey farm in Minnesota, home to around 570 black turkeys. Farm-raised turkeys typically weigh between 30 and 40 pounds at maturity, while the maximum weight of wild turkeys is only around 15 to 20 pounds. In the late afternoon, hundreds of turkeys are herded into barns to rest and avoid predators such as foxes or wildcats. This practice helps ensure their safety during the nighttime hours, allowing them to stay protected and healthy as they continue to grow and thrive on the farm. This is what happens when turkeys reach the age for meat harvesting. Workers capture and transport them to the turkey processing plant. According to 2021 statistics, around 46 million turkeys are slaughtered for Thanksgiving, 22 million for Christmas, and 19 million for Easter in the United States. Additionally, about 330,000 turkeys are slaughtered daily across the country. Alexander Hamilton, the first U.S. Secretary of the Treasury, once said that there is no citizen in the United States who does not enjoy turkey on Thanksgiving, and this has certainly become true, with turkey being a central dish on many holiday tables across the nation. The next stop in this video is a free-range chicken farm in Iowa, the state with the largest number of chickens in the country, housing over 61 million birds. Here's what's happening inside the chicken coop. More than 900 chicks are being raised here for 3 weeks before being moved to the grassland. Currently, there are about 196,000 active chicken farms in the United States, but only around 11% of them are free-range farms, offering a more natural and humane environment for the chickens to thrive in. These are 2-week-old chicks, and in about 10 days, they will be moved to the grasslands to start a new life. All chickens on this farm are raised for meat, so their diet differs from chickens raised for egg production. About 90% of the feed for the chickens here consists of cornmeal and pea meal, providing the necessary nutrients for their growth. After around 3 weeks, workers will catch and place hundreds of these chickens into cages before moving them to the grassland, where they will continue to grow in a more natural environment. On this grassland, mobile chicken coops have been prepared to welcome the new members. Each coop can house 50 chickens, and they will live here until they are ready for meat harvesting. Because they are free to roam daily, the meat quality of the chickens at this farm is consistently preferred over chickens kept in confinement their entire lives. When the chickens reach 4 months old, a process similar to that of turkeys takes place. Hundreds of chickens are caught, placed into cages, and then transported to the poultry processing plant for the next stage. In addition to meat farms, the United States has approximately 3,400 free-range chicken farms dedicated to egg production. Naturally, eggs from these farms are priced much higher than those from caged chicken farms. Each year, the U.S. produces around 97 billion eggs, with about 11 billion of those coming from free-range farms. It's estimated that each American consumes about 288 eggs per year, a number expected to rise to 289 eggs annually by the end of 2023, reflecting the growing demand for eggs, particularly from more humane and sustainable farming practices. Hello everyone! Today, we're heading to Texas, USA, to explore how the agriculture and livestock industries thrive in this vast state. While the total value of agricultural products sold in Texas is less than half of California's, Texas boasts a significantly higher number of farms. According to 2021 statistics, there are approximately 248,000 active farms in Texas, covering 77% of the state's land area, with agricultural revenue totaling around $22.1 billion. This expansive farming landscape plays a crucial role in both the state and the national economy. Meanwhile, California has only 69,000 active farms, but generates over $49 billion in revenue. In Texas, the most popular agricultural products include livestock, cotton, milk, broilers, and corn. Livestock is the largest revenue source, bringing in around $12.3 billion, which accounts for nearly 50% of the state's agricultural income. This highlights the significant role that animal farming plays in Texas' agricultural economy, making it a major contributor to the state's overall agricultural output. Currently, we are at a cotton farm in San Patricio County. From mid-October to December, it's harvest season for most cotton farms in Texas. Billions of cotton bundles will be packed into round bales by these harvesters. According to USDA statistics from 2021, about 5.3 million acres of farmland in Texas are dedicated to cotton cultivation, making up 43% of the nation's cotton growing area. Alongside Texas, states like Georgia, Mississippi, and Arkansas are also known for having the largest cotton growing areas in the country. According to the end of 2021 report, there are around 7,950 active cotton farms in Texas, with the state's cotton harvest reaching 7.7 million bales, each weighing approximately 480 pounds. Billions of bales will be loaded onto trucks and transported to cotton processing plants. The average annual revenue from the cotton industry in Texas is about $1.7 billion, making cotton the largest agricultural crop in the state and a vital contributor to both the local economy and the U.S. agricultural sector. In recent years, China has consistently been the largest cotton producer in the world, with approximately 5.9 million tons. India ranks second with 5.3 million tons, and the United States is third, producing around 3.8 million tons. These three countries dominate global cotton production, contributing significantly to the global textile industry. In addition to cotton production, Texas is also renowned for its large-scale livestock industry, with herds reaching thousands of animals. This is a goat farm in Hill County, home to over 600 goats of Spanish origin. Every day, hundreds of goats are herded out to the pasture right next to the farm, where they can roam freely and graze. Unlike large cattle herds, the goats here are not allowed to roam too far and can only graze within a radius of about 1.2 miles around the farm, ensuring they stay within safe boundaries while enjoying their natural grazing environment. According to USDA statistics from 2021, there are approximately 943,000 goats raised across more than 1,300 farms in Texas. Some farms even raise both goats and sheep. Currently, most goats in Texas are raised for meat, with the state's goat meat production accounting for 53% of the national total. In contrast, goat milk production in the United States is primarily concentrated in California, making the state a key player in the dairy industry for goats. Goats are considered fully mature at 18 months of age, with an average weight ranging from 110 to 120 pounds by that time. Each day, an adult goat needs to consume an amount of food equal to about 4% of its body weight, with 80% of its diet consisting of grass. This diet helps ensure they stay healthy and maintain the energy required for grazing and reproduction. In the late afternoon, hundreds of goats at these farms are herded into barns or protected areas to avoid predators. It is estimated that around 1,100 goats in Texas are killed each year by predators such as coyotes and wildcats. Additionally, goat processing plants in the state slaughter approximately 630,000 goats annually to meet the demand for goat meat, making it a significant part of Texas' agricultural industry. When it comes to farms in Texas, we certainly can't overlook large-scale cattle ranches with herds numbering in the thousands. This is the branding process for calves at a cattle ranch in southern Texas. Nearby cattle farms brand their calves to avoid confusion during grazing, ensuring each calf is identified as part of a specific herd. Branding is also considered a traditional practice in the Texas cattle industry, symbolizing ownership and marking the heritage of ranching in the state. Unlike herds of goats and sheep, cattle herds in Texas can travel up to 15 miles a day to find food, with the cattle being consistently managed by cowboys and herding dogs. According to USDA statistics from 2021, there are around 174,000 cattle ranches in Texas, with a total grazing area of up to 97 million acres. Texas also has the largest cattle population in the country, with approximately 10.9 million head of cattle, accounting for 13% of the total cattle population in the United States. This immense scale highlights the importance of cattle ranching to the state's agricultural industry. Each day, cowboys move along with their herds across the grasslands within the designated grazing area. These cowboys play a crucial role in managing the cattle and ensuring the herd remains safe and well-fed. Today, the average salary of a Texas cowboy is around $33,000 per year, reflecting the hard work and dedication required to manage large-scale cattle ranching operations. In addition to the free-range cattle herds grazing on Texas grasslands, there are also millions of cattle raised in feedlots. In these feedlots, cattle are provided with feed instead of roaming the grasslands for food. Annually, about 4.3 million cattle are slaughtered in Texas, contributing significantly to the U.S. beef industry. The national figure for cattle slaughter is approximately 30.1 million, with Texas playing a key role in meeting the demand for beef both domestically and internationally. Farewell to the cattle ranch. Now we're heading to the vegetable fields in Texas to witness how millions of tons of vegetables are harvested. This is the asparagus harvesting process on a field in southern Texas. Late May and early June mark the peak of asparagus harvest season, when thousands of migrant workers come to Texas asparagus farms to assist with the picking. Each year, about 25,000 acres in the United States are dedicated to asparagus farming, with an estimated value of around $98 million. After harvesting, the asparagus is carefully placed in plastic trays and transported to the packing plant for further processing and distribution. In addition to asparagus, cilantro is also a commonly grown crop in the fields of eastern Texas. Every year, from April to September, hundreds of workers from Mexico arrive at Texas cilantro fields for the harvest. Around 150 to 180 acres of farmland are dedicated to cilantro cultivation in Texas, which is much smaller than the 4,000 acres used in California. The cilantro in these fields is cut and bundled into small bunches by dozens of workers before being packed and transported to vegetable stores for distribution. This process ensures that fresh cilantro reaches markets across the country. This is what's happening at a lettuce farm in Houston, Texas. According to 2021 statistics, around 119,000 acres in the United States are used for lettuce cultivation, with California accounting for 71% of the country's lettuce growing area. In Texas, approximately 3,700 acres are dedicated to growing this crop, making it a significant, though smaller, contributor to the country's lettuce production. Texas climate and farming practices allow for a diverse range of crops, including lettuce, which is essential for the state's agricultural output. Millions of lettuce plants are cut and packed right in the field before being transported to stores and supermarkets. It's estimated that each American consumes an average of about 12.7 pounds of lettuce per year. Lettuce is a staple in many households, commonly used in salads, sandwiches, and other dishes. How often do you include lettuce in your meals? Let us know in the comments. Hi everyone! Every day, farmers and processors in states like Texas and Nebraska handle 353,000 cattle to help feed the entire nation. But have you ever thought about the scale and human effort behind it all? This agricultural documentary reveals the hidden realities of the cattle industry. Drop a number 1 in the comments to keep exploring this video. Cattle ranching and meat processing have been the backbone of American agriculture for over 200 years, evolving from small family farms into an industry that produces more than 27 billion pounds of beef each year. By the late 1800s, the expansion of railroads and facilities like the Union Stockyards in Chicago, which handled over 10 million animals annually at their peak, transformed local livestock operations into a nationwide industry. For generations, ranching families have managed cattle herds across millions of acres, while workers in processing plants have played a vital role in feeding the nation. This documentary explores the history, innovations, and personal stories behind America's massive beef industry. The documentary takes viewers behind the scenes of this complex supply chain. Transporting 353,000 cattle to processing plants each day is a massive logistical effort, with over 200,000 specialized trucks operating across the U.S. to meet demand. Each truck is designed to carry 40 to 50 cattle and must comply with strict USDA and FMCSA regulations to ensure animal welfare, including mandatory rest stops and advanced ventilation systems. A rancher in Nebraska shares, getting the cattle loaded safely and on time is just as important as raising them, highlighting the critical nature of every shipment. Meanwhile, AI-powered tracking systems help optimize routes and reduce transport times, but as one logistics manager explains, even a single unexpected roadblock can throw the entire operation off schedule. Raising cattle for beef is a high-risk, resource-intensive job, with feed, healthcare, and land management making up the majority of the costs. On average, it takes about 6,000 pounds of grain and feed to raise a steer to market weight, with feed alone accounting for 60 to 70% of the total expenses. This documentary uncovers the realities of raising and processing cattle in the beef industry. If you want to learn more about the challenges of cattle ranching and the beef processing journey, drop a number 2 in the comments below the video. A fourth-generation rancher in Texas shares the growing challenges of meeting demand, from soaring grain prices to extreme weather threatening the pastures. Beyond the economic pressures, farmers also carry an emotional burden, raising animals from birth only to part with them when the time comes. It's never easy, one rancher admits, but I make sure they live well. Some ranchers even visit processing plants to ensure their cattle are treated humanely, offering a powerful glimpse into the deep bond between farmers and their herds. Inside a modern beef processing plant, a combination of advanced technology and skilled labor ensures efficiency, safety, and precision in handling thousands of cattle each day. High-speed conveyors move carcasses through various processing stages, while hydraulic high pullers remove the hides in under 30 seconds. Automated splitting machines can have up to 400 cattle per hour. AI-powered imaging systems scan each carcass for quality control, and robotic bone-cutting machines process over 1,000 pounds of beef per minute, helping reduce the physical strain on workers. Temperature-controlled rooms keep the meat between 30 to 39 degrees Fahrenheit to prevent bacterial growth, while specialized vacuum packaging and sealing machines prepare beef portions for distribution within just a few hours. Beyond the machinery, humane cattle handling remains a critical part of the process, with strict USDA regulations in place to ensure animals are treated with care and respect before processing begins. Cattle are guided through curved chutes designed using animal behavior science to reduce stress and prevent injury. Stunning equipment renders the animals unconscious within 2 seconds, meeting ethical standards for humane treatment. A plant supervisor explains, "Animal welfare is just as important as efficiency," emphasizing that facilities undergo daily USDA inspections to ensure compliance. But for farmers, this transition carries a deeply personal weight. One rancher from Nebraska who regularly visits the plant shares, "I've raised these animals for years, and I want to make sure they're treated with care until the very end." The documentary takes viewers inside the most advanced facilities in the industry, exploring the technology, challenges, and human stories behind America's beef supply chain. From the moment cattle arrive to the packaging of premium cuts of meat, the film delves into every detail of the industry that feeds millions every day. After processing, the beef quickly moves through an extensive supply chain to grocery stores, fast food chains, and international markets. Automated systems cut meat portions for retailers, while fast food suppliers receive pre-measured cuts to ensure consistency. However, growing concerns about sustainability arise as the industry processes 129 million cattle each year. Some ranchers are turning to regenerative farming practices to reduce environmental impact. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to support us. According to the latest data, the total sheep production in the European Union is 1,607 million tons, with Spain and the United Kingdom leading the way, producing 463,000 and 401,000 tons respectively. Greece and France follow with 151,000 and 112,000 tons, while Bulgaria contributes 58,000 tons. The remaining selected countries have minimal production. Are you ready to learn more about sheep farming? If so, leave a number 1 in the comments. The EU sheep and goat farming industry has faced declining production, particularly since the economic crisis. The value of production decreased from €6.181 billion in 2005 to €5.136 billion in 2012, with the United Kingdom leading in monetary value at €1.881 billion. Climate change, agricultural reforms, and generational shifts continue to challenge the future of the industry. The European Union is home to many unique and popular sheep breeds, each adapted to local climates and highly valued for their meat, wool, or milk. The Merino breed, originating from Spain, is world-renowned for its fine wool. The Suffolk breed from the UK is prized for its high-quality meat and fast growth rate. The Lacan breed from France is widely used in milk production, especially for making the famous Roquefort cheese. Meanwhile, the Chaos breed from Greece is known for its high reproductive rates and large milk production. Despite this diversity, the EU still needs to import sheep, primarily for meat, as domestic production does not fully meet consumer demand. Imports, mainly from Australia and New Zealand, help fill the gap, especially during high demand periods like Easter, highlighting the importance of preserving local sheep breeds and maintaining global trade partnerships. In sheep farming, a specialized breeding technique is a game changer, not just for efficiency. Farmers across the EU use this method to blend the best qualities of unique sheep breeds, improving herds for meat and wool. By gathering genetic material from top-tier rams, they can produce hundreds of ewes with traits like strong fertility and disease resistance. With careful timing, often supported by hormone treatments to align breeding cycles, this approach achieves success rates of 60 to 70%. This powerful tool meets growing market needs while preserving the rich variety of Europe's finest sheep breeds. After birth, proper care of lambs is crucial for healthy development. In the first hour, lambs must be given access to colostrum, the first milk rich in nutrients and antibodies necessary for their immune system. They should be allowed to nurse every few hours during the first 10 days and gradually introduced to solid food. A warm, dry environment helps protect lambs from hypothermia, while clean pens and bedding make it easier to monitor their health. By 2 to 3 weeks of age, lambs begin eating solid food, preparing for weaning around 8 to 12 weeks. Regular health checks, vaccinations, and parasite control are crucial to ensure they grow into healthy, productive sheep. These practices help maintain their overall well-being and support their future productivity in the flock. Rams and ewes have distinct nutritional needs. Rams require an energy-rich diet to support breeding activities, while pregnant ewes need additional protein and minerals to nourish their lambs. Farms use advanced automatic feeding systems to provide precisely tailored rations based on the specific needs of each animal. Typically, rams can consume about 5.5 pounds of concentrated feed during the breeding season, while ewes need 3.3 pounds of high-quality feed daily throughout pregnancy. By optimizing feed distribution and monitoring feed intake, feed mills can improve herd health and productivity, ultimately boosting meat and wool output across Europe. Cool ventilation systems significantly enhance sheep development by regulating the temperature between 10 degrees Celsius and 21 degrees Celsius to prevent heat stress. It improves air quality by reducing humidity and ammonia levels, helping to avoid respiratory issues. Comfortable sheep consume more feed and water, leading to better weight gain and higher feed efficiency. Reduced stress also boosts reproductive performance, while optimal conditions support the production of high-quality wool. Overall, effective ventilation reduces disease rates, promotes better health and productivity, and provides economic benefits for farmers. Microchipping systems and veterinary monitoring are essential for efficient sheep management. The microchips allow for accurate identification and tracking of each sheep's health history, breeding records, and vaccination status, reducing the risk of confusion. This proactive approach enables timely treatment, reduces disease spread, and improves overall herd health, ultimately enhancing sheep welfare and farm profitability. If you think this method of managing sheep is a smart approach, leave a number 2 in the comments. Sheep are typically sheared once a year, usually in the spring when the weather is warmer. In the EU, the average wool weight varies depending on the breed, but many sheep produce between 3 to 8 kilograms of wool per shearing. Farmers have two main methods for harvesting wool: manual and automated. In the manual method, skilled shearers use electric or handheld clippers to carefully remove the wool, ensuring minimal stress for the sheep. On large farms, automated systems are becoming increasingly popular, using machinery to shear sheep quickly and efficiently, saving time and labor cost. With wool valued at around €8.50 per in 2022, finding the right harvesting method is crucial to maximize profits. Automated systems help improve efficiency and consistency, contributing to a more streamlined operation and better economic returns. Transporting sheep to processing plants can take anywhere from a few hours to several days, depending on the distance from the farm to the plant. While the wool harvesting process doesn't directly affect meat harvesting, managing the stress caused by shearing is crucial, as it can impact the quality of meat at the processing plant. In the EU, trucks are the primary mode of transport for short trips, usually carrying about 80 sheep per load, while larger ships are used for longer journeys, especially across seas, with the capacity to transport thousands of sheep. Keeping the sheep calm during transport is essential to ensure they arrive at the processing plant in good condition, ready for processing. Sheep farming and transportation is a complex task. From the pasture to the farm, every activity requires hard work and attention to keep the flock healthy. Sheep farmers in the EU have skillfully demonstrated that the sheep industry plays a significant role in the economic development of many countries worldwide. Follow Trending Farm and turn on notifications to explore more food processing plants around the world and see what they do with their flocks. Goodbye. Thank you for watching the video. Are you facing any issues with your own livestock farm? Feel free to share your thoughts and questions. We're happy to answer. If you enjoyed our video, please like, share, subscribe, and recommend the channel to your friends so they can enjoy it too. Goodbye, and see you next time.